Sex Party with your host, Dustin Rybka.
Hello and welcome to Sex Party. I'm your host, Dustin Rybka. With me on the show this week is a mainstream adult star, OnlyFans and Fansly creator, the super popular Lucy Mochi is here with me. We are going to talk about how she loves doing anal. She's addicted to anal. She has a certain way that she does anal and a certain aesthetic to the whole thing. She does anal so well that she is nominated for Best Anal Performer by Pornhub, and that is no small feat. We chat anal orgasms, clitoral orgasms, squirting, how, everyone can squirt. She didn't believe that until she bought a certain toy, and then it hit a certain spot, and then boom, now squirting is a thing. She started by posting faceless nudes on Reddit, which led to a faceless OnlyFans, made a fuck ton of money, and now she is entering into the mainstream adult porn world. We chat about her being a 2026 Penthouse Pet. What was it like to work with such an iconic brand like Penthouse? Her doing a DP, what it felt like to do a DP, her having an orgasm during a DP, doing group play with men and doing group play with women, her wanting a gangbang, her wanting to do a blow bang, what she is up to on OnlyFans, and of course, her wildest OnlyFans request. It does not disappoint. Do they ever, though, really? But this one does not disappoint. Lucy is going to be famous as hell. Mark my words. So, without further ado, please enjoy my conversation with Lucy Mochi.
This week's conversation.
Lucy Mochi, welcome to Sex Party. How are you doing? How are we feeling?
I'm feeling great. Ready to get started.
Yeah. We had minor tech issues. It's all right. You proved yourself to be a pro at navigating tech issues. So
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, Sex Party, round of applause for navigating the tech issue so beautifully, because sometimes people just, and it's normal, if you're going to do a podcast, you're going to have tech issues,
Mm-hmm.
Do you have tech issues from like in your normal life, like a normal amount or like insane amount?
I feel like it's just like a curse. Every single stream of mine always has at least one tech issue, whether or not that's like from me or my cameraman being dumb and like unplugging the camera, because we use an Osmo Pocket 3. So it's like a handheld device. So we're used to being able to pick it up. But when it's like docked, that's how it connects to the webcam. So a lot of the times, like he'll just pick it up and then the stream is dead.
Disconnected.
Or just like internet issues. Every stream we can count on at least one issue.
Yeah. But like your AirPods and shit, they automatically connect to your phone. You're not like reconnecting and doing all kinds of
Yeah,
weird
they're
shit.
pretty good about that. Thank goodness.
Okay. Yeah. Well, everybody has their own tech battles in this tech world we live in, Thought I would ask. Where are you streaming? What places are you streaming on?
Mostly just OnlyFans.
Oh, okay.
I've done one ChatterBait stream, but yeah.
No, you never went back.
Nope.
Why? I gotta know why.
Well, I was a guest, like if you know Jack and Jill, so I was just a part of their stream, and they were like, please make your own channel like the fans, and I was like, I can't.
You just think it's too much to add on to what you're doing, or what?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, streaming is a whole thing, right? It's like this season, last season, I have had a lot of really, really big streamers. And it's so funny because it's been around forever, but it all of a sudden feels like the wave of the future, like, so,
Right.
yeah, but also like you kind of feel like the wave of the future because I know you've been doing adult and doing all the things for a while. We're going to learn about all of it, but all of a sudden I'm reading and I'm hearing your name in conversations when I go to adult industry events. And I'm also privy to some insider conversation, whatever, like via text, right? And phone and whatever. But then I read articles about you too. So that's got to feel awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of blown up rather quickly. It's a little overwhelming, but I'm really grateful to be where I am, like right off the bat. So yeah, really exciting.
Lucy Mochi overnight success, but behind every overnight success is, you know, a number of years in the trenches, right? Yeah. I mean, maybe overnight success is already an episode title for this. I don't know. We're gonna find out. So
Yeah.
with all that being said, how does it feel when you go and you read about yourself, like in, you know, on AVN or in any of like the trades? Like, what is that feeling like?
It's a weird feeling for sure because I'm used to so many years of self promotion via social media alone.
Mhm.
So it feels really odd to have other people kind of partake in like sharing info about you, news about you. Yeah, it's really strange, but also really
Yeah.
cool.
I feel like, and again, I've made some bold predictions on this show. I'm totally gonna hang on to this. Okay. I successfully predicted that Jennifer White would sweep the last award season, this last one in January, and she did.
Wow.
So
Okay.
I'm going to predict, right, that there's an AVN set of nominations in your future for next year. I just
Thanks.
yeah. I just have a vibe. I catch a vibe, you know. So okay. So in the audience, you know, the future version of me promoted the living fuck out of this episode because that's what we do. We are an AVN nominated podcast, so we like to act like it and be consistent and be professional and promote and promote and promote and promote. You're nothing if you're not advertising. I don't know where that came from. I think it's a Ted Turner line. It just popped in there. So you're gonna whatever. So the future version of me promoted the fuck out of this, and your fans are in the audience, right, in the future. But let's just say somebody like, I don't know, had a drug problem or flew a kite too close to some power lines and they have been knocked out for a while. Last however many years you've been doing your thing, they've been in a coma. They just woke up. They're tuning into this podcast. They're like, this guy sucks. He needs to shut the fuck up, right? But they want to know about who you are, right? They want to know who you are, what you do. Can you talk about who you are, what you do, what you're known for? Introduce yourself.
All right. Yeah. Well, hello. Hope your coma was okay. Hope you're having a good recovery. It sounds pretty serious. Hi, I'm Lucy. I've been doing amateur porn for the past 4.5 years, almost five years. And I started in college. I made myself a Reddit and started posting faceless Reddit nudes, and very quickly went on to make little 10-minute videos documenting all of the fun that I have from the comfort of my own bedroom. And eventually I started filming with other amateur creators because collaborating became like the next big thing, like in the world of OnlyFans. And as of a month and a half ago, I dove into studio mainstream porn. Somehow I've become sort of known as the Asian girl who does anal a lot. It wasn't really my intention, but out of all the videos I uploaded to Pornhub, those are the ones that do well. So everyone always asks me for more and more anal videos and content. So yeah, that's kind of what I've become known for. I am an introvert, so in my free time, I don't really like to party. I prefer to stay at home with my dogs and my cat and relax. I'm also pretty active. I love hiking. I love being alone in nature and just kind of absorbing what Mother Earth has to offer. And I'm a pretty big nerd, I would say. I didn't wear any makeup before I joined the industry. And I only had sex with one person before I joined the industry. So it's been pretty crazy. But yeah, that's my little synopsis.
Okay,
Nice
well,
to meet you.
nice to meet you, right? And now they're all introduced to you as well.
Yes.
This is gonna be a crazy episode. I can already tell. Like, I have so many questions, and they're in all different directions.
All right.
And we'll just go for it. So, a big nerd, what kind of things are you nerding out for? Are we like Marvel and DC comic book shit, like whatever? Is it Star Wars? Is it a bit of everything?
I think what I mean is I'm a nerd in the most academic sense. I was a
Okay.
valedictorian in high school.
Okay.
And I went to college for biochemistry. I pretty much didn't really have a life outside of that. You can probably just find me in the library no matter what sort of free time or free period it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
I won a competition in high school for memorizing the most digits of pi for Pi Day.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
I still remember some. It's and then for like nerdy hobbies,
Hmm.
I love like arts and crafts. Like I love to crochet. I love just getting busy with my hands, making, oh, there's my dogs. Sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Um,
We want this to be as real as possible. It's real.
um,
So
Koji,
funny.
get out. Okay, yeah. And then I also love anime. I'm a weeb for sure.
Okay.
I've seen most of them.
Okay. So, well, I mean, I knew I'd find something in there. Anime. There we go. Right. But
Yeah.
like, what about science? Like, what things in science and math like turn you on, get you going? Right. Like, what do you really like? And also, since you're incredibly intelligent, do you believe in the multiverse? Yeah, do we have do you think there's like an infinite number of universes where we all exist? Is there a multiverse of Mochi? That could be another episode title.
Oh my God. I don't not believe in a multiverse.
Okay,
Honestly, like when it comes to space, I feel like there's all sorts of possibilities out there. Like
sure.
I don't think I'm a hardcore, like there are aliens, but also at the same time, like I don't believe that we're the only organisms in this
Yeah,
entire universe.
yeah,
Yeah, but what got me passionate was I was a huge biology nerd. Like whenever CRISPR and like gene editing news articles first came out, like like that blew my mind, all of the possibilities. And so that's kind of why I went and majored in what I majored. But
yeah.
then after working in a lab, it's so difficult to actually get placed somewhere where you're doing research that feels relevant and feels
Hmm.
important to you.
Hmm.
I ended up in like a lot of different lab works that's focused on like very minute parts of the whole, and everyone was getting paid like shit. Like there were PhD students in like $300,000 of debt making like 30K a year. And so I just sat down and I was like, is this really what I want to do with my life?
Yeah.
And the answer was no. So I got into porn.
Yes. Well, and what's crazy about the industry is, I've been in for a couple of years and just doing this podcast, and some of the most beautiful and intelligent minds I've ever met are in the adult industry. And I feel like that is so underplayed. Like we never talk about the intelligence level, and everyone's just, like fucking normie fucking people are. They're just very
Mhm.
close-minded and whatever. But I have met so many people that are, and here you are, like, studying pi and shit and, the different whatever. And, so I think that tracks like completely. So you were in the lab one day and you're like, why did you pick Reddit? And was it was a faceless thing? I
It
think,
was a
right?
faceless thing at the time. Yeah. What I was doing was grinding up shrimp. I was murdering shrimp to extract their DNA to do research about like how different like environmental aspects or like physical aspects change the DNA structure across gender. It was like a whole thing. So I was just over there grinding shrimp, and I was like, what am I doing? And I was already thinking about kind of quitting, but that coincided with the COVID lockdown. So I all of a sudden couldn't go anywhere. I was also working 3 jobs. I was a waitress, I worked in the student call center, and I worked as a lab tech. And I couldn't go to any of those. They were all suspended. And so I wasn't getting paid at all. And at the time, I already wasn't receiving parental support. So I was like, okay, well, rent needs to get paid. So, so, you know, I like research. So I just kind of did a little deep dive into how to maximize income straight away. So at first it wasn't really like just for fun. Like I was already like making plans on how I would capitalize off of it. But I was just thinking like maybe I'll make a couple $100 just to cover rent until lockdown's over. But what I found was tons and tons of girls were posting faceless news on Reddit. Like they were just finding subreddits, posting every single day, like marking what times work best for the algorithm and converting to OnlyFans. So I just hopped on there and I did that. And it honestly blew up, and I didn't expect it at all. Like in my first month, I was making more than all 3 of my jobs were making me combined. And so I was like, wow, this is serious. Let's just see how far we can take it.
Yeah.
And that's how I got started.
That's amazing. So it was purely like a financial thing at first, or were you turned on by the prospect of?
Oh yes, I was turned on. I was having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But I was also not just in it for the fun. Like I wanted to see numerically how far we can go.
Of course. Yeah. Well, that's great because it can be both, and it sounds like it was both. So you immediately had the OnlyFans ready to go, and then you were faceless on OnlyFans too?
I was, yes.
Okay. So what were you doing faceless? Just like a lot of like solo masturbation stuff?
I actually probably made my first boy girl clip like within a week in.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, because I was doing research on like how girls organize their pages, and I was seeing girls have a lot of success, you know, selling solo videos, but then like the rare, like coveted boy girl video where you can sell it for like a bunch of money. So yeah, I kind of dove right in. Still no face, but yeah.
Okay. So you had solo and boy girl like right away. Okay. That's really smart actually, because some of these creators now, they want to charge a lot. And granted, we're not in COVID. They want to charge a lot to whatever. And then like, oh, but my VIP exclusive. And then that's a lot. And then you get in there and then everything is priced out. But there's no preview pictures. There's no preview blurbs. It's kind of like, hey, buy this. And it's like, hey, no, I don't usually give money to, but some people do. And then they wind up upset. It sounds like you did the smart thing is like, yo, you can get this. It's just going to cost this. Right. Yeah. So, what's it like posting nude on Reddit? Because I'm hearing this more and more that this is where a lot of women get started in the game. And I feel like Reddit would be more of a friendly place to post nudes. Does that track or no?
Yes and no, because how Reddit works inherently is you have moderators for each subreddit and they hold absolute power. Yeah. So there's moderators who absolutely despise all OnlyFans girls and they will ban you to hell if you post in their subreddit, right? And then there's moderators who are like okay with it, but then there's a very specific set of rules for every single subreddit. And so you have to like have a very sophisticated system of organizing which content goes where. But it was so worth it back then. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you still fucking around with Reddit? Do you still, or not at all?
A little bit. I feel like at this point, clips that other people post of me get more attention than clips I post of myself. But which is fine because someone always name plugs me in the comments, so I don't mind at all. It's like free promo, pretty much.
Yeah. So you still have a lot of dudes like funneling in fucking from Reddit over to your OnlyFans, probably. Yeah.
At least a handful. Yeah.
Yeah. That's wild. Because I just feel like, I mean, Reddit's always kind of been its own authority, but I mean, it's just me that's like fucking super slow to like learn the Reddit stuff or whatever. But I've been hanging out over there like way more than normal, and I think it's
Hmm.
because most of it is kind of it's the stuff that you're kind of thinking like, why isn't there a place for that? And then on Reddit, all of a sudden
Hmm.
there is. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I love that. I love that. I mean, I have these wonderful notes from the amazing Erica Icon from the Rub PR. We love Erica. She's the best. Um,
Yes.
and in the notes, you are up for your first Pornhub award for top anal performer. Okay.
Yeah.
What the hell? This is amazing. Congratulations. Sex party round of applause again.
Thanks. Thank
Yeah, we
you.
love that. What a big deal.
It's a total shock to me because I'm not very active on Pornhub. Like I'm just now starting to like post a little bit more seriously.
Yeah.
So it's very bizarre when I read that, honestly. But yeah, it's super cool. I'm really excited.
I mean, dude, we're underselling this. I think like this is big because so many people are taking it in the ass on Pornhub and hoping for that call, right? You got the call, like you're up for
Yeah.
top anal performer. That's insane. That's the world's fucking porn supply right there,
Right.
Pornhub, and they want to give you a nomination for best anal. What is it? Do you get an email? Does your agent call you? Like, how do you find out you're nominated?
On Twitter. So
No,
people started
really?
retweeting. Yeah. People just started retweeting that I was
Crazy.
nominated, and I was like, oh, I see.
Wow. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Yeah, yeah. Twitter, man. Of course, of course. Um, that is insane. So and you're in good company too, because there's a lot of great people nominated.
Yeah.
So how do we feel going into this? Because it's not that far away. It's only a couple weeks away. Are you nervous? Are you excited? Are you both?
I'm just excited to go to the awards. It'll be my
Yeah.
first time attending, so
Yeah.
it's just gonna be a fun party. Like I don't really, frankly, I think some of the other girls definitely deserve the award more than I do. But I'm just excited to be there, honestly.
Yeah. Well, Pornhub always does things so well too. Like it's such a fun
Hmm.
time, even being around them, and what they do, like at XBiz or whatever. Like they're like AVN. Like they do things so well and so like classy and fun and rock star shit. So I can only imagine you'll have an amazing time.
Yeah, I
Um
can't wait.
yeah, when the category comes up, you're gonna be like, oh shit. Maybe you will. Maybe you'll be like, okay, everything's fine, like or whatever. But
Yeah.
do you think you'll be nervous when it's like, and the winner is? Oh,
Um, I think I would be a little nervous just because like I'd have to go on stage if I won. That's the only nerve-wracking part because again, like
ah,
I really don't mind if I get the award or not, but I do have to, I suppose, mentally prepare
yeah,
to like not trip or something just in case.
yeah, yeah. No, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
So, what do you think? Okay, so your anal style. Well, first of all, do you enjoy anal? Let's start with a basic question.
Oh yes, I don't think I could film anything consistently that I don't enjoy. I did enjoy anal to begin with, but I did find the visuals like very hot, like very sexy, and
Mhm.
I wanted to like anal.
Yeah.
So I would just start like masturbating to anal porn a lot. But then I found that like edging myself to anal porn,
Yeah.
and I like trained myself to like it pretty much after that. So, yeah, I think,
So, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
oh, I was just going to say, like, there's a very specific position that my fans look for. And I think that's why a lot of them like watch my anal videos over and over again. And it's basically me like, so now they're always just like into that specifically. Like, if I wear Converse and I get in that position, the video is going to do well.
Okay, this is fascinating because
Yeah.
what? Okay, number one, where did the invention of that position come from? Was it a you thing? Was it a thing that you were just kind of messing around with, like whatever, or was that a position that you were masturbating in with anal stuff, or like where did that come from?
I just saw a girl kind of nice.
Yeah.
So that's what we ended up going with.
Yeah. And then the Converse, what a nice touch that is.
I just wear Converse everywhere. So
Me too. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And mine are like always like beat to shit, and and
that's how it has to be.
I know. No one understands. I always get like shit from people like, you got to get new ones. I'm like, when my toe is coming out, then I'll buy a new. This is, dude. You don't get it, man. You don't get it.
I get it.
Do you do high tops or low top Converse?
I typically wear high tops.
Okay, so I'm a low top. So just saying.
Get it?
Yeah. I'm not. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a high top, right? Especially with a good pair of jeans. But I just haven't. I haven't. We'll get there. Jesus, guys, calm down. Like they're mad or something. They don't care.
Yeah.
So okay, when you were experimenting, we'll call it, with anal on your own for yourself, right? Time or okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. And then you just like found that when you would orgasm, were you having anal orgasms or clitoral or cervical or all three, or what generally happens?
I think the reason I trained myself successfully is for a while I just wouldn't have any orgasms without some aspect of anal. So it could be like clitoral, but then I would always make sure that I was also stimulating myself anally.
Yeah.
And then eventually I think my brain just associated pleasure with anal stimulation. And then it worked. So I mean, that's what I recommend for anyone out there wanting to like anal.
And now you're an anal addict. So yeah. But are you having like really intense like anal orgasms?
Not always.
Okay.
I think it has to be like the right dick also.
Yeah.
Because it takes a very specific dick and a very specific way of fucking, I feel like, to get to anal orgasm, especially if you're not like touching your pussy at all.
Yeah.
So it really depends. It's happened a few times.
So is this like a dick with a curve? Is it a dick it's longer? Is it a dick that's the right size? Like what are the requirements?
I think medium girth and like decently long, like at least 6 or 7 inches.
Okay.
And I think honestly it can't be too hard. Orgasm.
Yeah. Okay. So does this present an issue with the toys that you use on your own? Because like a lot of that stuff is super hard. Do you buy like toys that are kind of like more malleable and like, I guess that would be the word, right?
Yeah. There's, if you go to any sex store, there's like one specific brand. I always prefer that brand specifically for all of my dildos, because even like vaginally, like most dildos are horrible against you.
Oh God. Yeah. Well, that's also a great point and fascinating too, is, sex toys are evolving more for people like yourself who are educated to what they like themselves in their asshole or their vagina or their mouth or wherever, right? But now the companies, like, they're responding and starting to make kind of like more accessible toys for everybody who's into everything, kind of, it feels like. So yeah, that totally tracks.
Yeah, it's really good stuff.
Yeah. Can you tell them in the audience, right? Oh, and me too, like what the difference. Well, first of all, do you remember the first time you had an anal orgasm?
Yeah, it was probably like last year, because that's when I started first, like the year before that, 2024 was like my anal awakening year.
Yeah. So were you like, holy fuck, what's going on? Or like, tell me about that experience.
Not too much. It kind of feels like but I definitely was like, okay, I need to make that happen again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because some people describe them as like being more intense because it's coming from a whole different like part of your body, it feels like, and whatever. So I always like to delineate, like, okay, this orgasm feels like this orgasm feels like that, whatever. Have you had like an anal orgasm with a clitoral at the same time, kind of like double whammy sort of thing happen? Does that happen often with you?
It doesn't happen too often, but I have
Yeah.
squirted at the same time that I've like had an anal orgasm before, and that's always like a super interesting experience.
Did you know you could squirt, or did it just happen?
I didn't know. I actually did more research on how to make a girl squirt because there's like
Okay.
articles on how. And that blew my mind because I didn't believe them. I was like, there's no way, but I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
And I feel like it gets easier and easier the more you squirt. So now I can stimulation, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's wild. And I have been fortunate enough to be with people who haven't squirted, and they're like, I can't squirt. And I'm like,
Ooh.
well, let's try it. You know, I'm like, whatever. And so I've had that
Yeah.
experience, and the look on their face is like a whole
You
new
just changed their
world.
world. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Well, what's crazy about it is you have to want to do it, you know, like the guy
Yes.
too. Like you have to want to do it, and you have to be consistent in the technique. It's really not that it's difficult, it's that no one's fucking listening to anyone. Like,
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
simple as that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What about when you're doing anal for your OnlyFans Fansly stuff, or for Scene or whatever, right? Are they coming in your ass? Do you prefer them to come in your asshole, or are they pulling out and giving you a facial, or what does that look like, the cum shot stuff?
I kind of like the anal to facial segue.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that specifically is really hot.
Tell me more. Why do you think that's so hot?
Just because inherently it's like dirty, just like how I like ass to mouth. Like I usually try. It depends. In my personal life, I've actually quite a lot.
Yeah.
So it's not it's not physically like dirty to the eye, but it's still that inherent like nasty like feeling. I feel like is a really big turn on. So
Yeah.
yeah, whenever possible, I like to go for anal to ass to mouth or ass to facial.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, ass to mouth is something that we've gotten into on the show before, but not in depth, and I'm glad that it's coming up because, again, you know, people do it in the real world too. In porn, it's like, you know, obviously it's a thing, but like you said, you sort of over prep sometimes when you do porn because they, you know, what they want and what, you know, what looks good on camera and all of that kind of stuff. But ass to mouth, whether it's for your own content or in your personal life, it it sounds like you're saying like you love that almost like demeaning, like
Yes,
slutty, like look what I've done
absolutely.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. One of my
Yeah.
favorite times was I don't you know Alex Adams, and
Yeah.
I filmed with him last year, and we hadn't really discussed doing anal beforehand, but it was kind of brought up in the video, and I was down. So that was like so I was open to it. And so that was like one of the sexiest things ever because like we didn't talk about it beforehand. We were both really turned on. It was like organic. We just had great anal sex. Honestly, it was super hot. One of the hottest ass to mouth videos I think I've done.
Yeah. And I think just as a genre, ass to mouth doesn't get the recognition that it deserves.
I
you
agree
know?
with that.
Yeah. Well, and maybe Lucy Mochi can change that. Maybe you're
Maybe. We'll see.
pioneer of ATM. You know, you're a ass to mouth pioneer, which we love
Hell
on
yeah.
on Sex Party. Yeah, see, all of this stuff and even your attitude towards it is why I think you're going to be so fucking famous, and also why you're going to win so many awards, because you exude, in just the fucking 35 minutes that I've known you, you exude like sex positivity, but also like filthy, dirty, fun shit. You know, that should go along with that. And you can describe it so well, and why you lean, whatever. So I think you got that thing, man. You got
Thanks.
that thing
Oh my gosh.
that made.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Fortune Teller. We'll see. We'll see you
Well,
in
yeah,
January.
we will see, okay? And after you, hopefully I'll be working the red carpet as I usually do for AVN.
Yes.
And I'll, you know, I'll make sure I get you, and I'll be like, hey, told you. Let's do
All
a
right, I'll
shot.
keep my
Yeah.
fingers crossed.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you have a ton going on too. And before we get to some of that, I do want to ask some follow-up questions to all the beautiful, wonderful things we just talked about. So, ass to mouth or ass to facial, right? Which is again almost like another subgenre of the genre. ATF, alcohol, tobacco, and
ATF.
firearms. Ass to facial.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Ass to facial. Are you so? Even if it's not in your ass, right? Do you prefer a guy, like, where do you overall with any kind of sex, right? Whether it's for the industry, for OnlyFans, in your personal, where do you prefer the guy to come? Is it a facial? Is it a cream pie? Is it somewhere else?
I like facials for sure. It's definitely one of
Yeah.
my favorites. You can't really go wrong, honestly. But I specifically really love guys to come on my. It feels super sexy to me.
Yeah. See, that's another subgenre. See, you're just nailing
Yeah.
these. You're fucking nailing these. Yeah. The Converse, come on. What the fuck?
Yes.
And they're high tops too, of course.
Yes, of course.
You're nailing this. Okay, so how long have you been in mainstream? It's very recent that you've started doing mainstream, right?
Yeah, I've done just like one or two, almost like for fun and just to see what it's about for like very niche channels like Hentai. But it technically my entrance into mainstream was this past March. So it's only been 2 full months of working mainstream. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's tackle, because it says in the notes, your first boy girl scenes are out, and they are from Jules Jordan. Asian princess Lucy Mochi submits to BBC with Hollywood cash. Okay. Was this an anal thing or just a vag thing or what? Tell me what happens in this scene.
Yeah, so that was my technically second boy girl release.
Okay.
But it was a vaginal thing. But Hollywood was kind of rubbing my asshole the whole scene. And in the last position, because I didn't stop him or tell him to stop or anything, he actually
Yeah.
slips a finger in, which turned me on a lot and made me come really hard. That was honestly a very fun scene, I feel like. I'm None of this has really felt like work to me, especially for like the more gonzo studios where you're literally just kind of fucking, like there's not really any premise. It's literally like you're having a great hookup with a very talented guy and getting filmed. So it was great. Like we had great chemistry. He came twice in the video, which
Wow.
I thought was really hot as well. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, and that's the thing, right? Is you're in a safe environment. It's controlled. You know you're going to get good dick because
Yes.
it's porn, right? And you know, it's going to look good because it's porn, and they light
Yeah.
shit, right? And they have some of the best like fucking cameramen, cinematographers, director, all, everyone's a pro. So you're gonna whatever. And so the funny part about it is, it's like when people can just like go on a porn set, they get everything that they want out of it almost, Which is
Right.
just absolutely bonkers. Okay, so that scene was fun. Your first scene for a mainstream company, mainstream porn, you tell me about that scene, but first, were you nervous going into that, or were you like, nah, I've done enough OnlyFans, I know what's up?
I was a bit nervous for sure
Yeah.
but not too much because again, like I've had cameramans for OnlyFans, I've had people around me while we were filming, I've collaborated, done group scenes for OF, but it was still intense because my first one was with Vixen, and so it's like, I mean, I feel like how they're probably like the most like professional in the sense of like how many levels there are to like prepping and pretty girls and wardrobe and stylists and like all the levels. It felt close to like almost like a mainstream magazine shoot.
Mhm.
So yeah, that part was very nerve-wracking, like making sure that I was just nervous about being able to perform adequately. And there is a bit of dialogue for Vixen scenes, and yeah, it was nerve-wracking for sure, but I also had a great time.
Well, one, how do you handle those nerves? Because Vixen is the real deal, right? They're like the top of the top.
Yeah, I think I just had to believe in myself. Like,
Yeah.
hey, like they hired me for a reason. I need to be confident because I always look better when I'm confident. I feel like I'm a pretty logical person, so I'm pretty good at like dissecting my emotions a little bit and nerves a little bit and still be able to go on and do what I need to do.
Yeah.
Once the scene
Yeah.
started, it was like chemistry was flowing. Camera people didn't really like exist. You just kind of focus on your partner and not looking at the camera, just those two things.
Yeah.
And it was a
Yeah.
good time. It goes by quick.
What was the storyline? Do you remember?
Yeah, I mean, talking about the first released Vixen shoot, because I don't think I'm allowed to talk about the actual first one that
Oh,
I did, which
okay.
isn't out yet.
Okay.
But yeah, the first release one was still one of my very first shoots.
Sure.
The storyline was with Parker Ambrose, and I moved country, like I moved overseas to be with Parker, but he wasn't giving me like the attention that I think I deserve. So I was being like a little bratty, like a little unhappy. I started in a bathtub. It was like a gorgeous bathroom, and he was in a suit and I was naked in the tub with my hair up. And so we're just flirting and bubbles. It was like a very romantic, intimate setting. Just kind of playing in the tub before it cuts to us on a bed in like the iconic like Vixen gorgeous background, and yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they're almost like the Christopher Nolan of porn. Like it's like how they light shit and everyone's wearing a
Yeah,
suit. Usually it's in a hotel or something. It's like some fucking 6-star hotel that doesn't, it's like yeah. And you're right. There's the whole Vixen Angel piece and the whole like, fashion side to it too. And I mean, you could without, you could put, all these scenes that look similar that aren't Vixen next to a scene that's a Vixen, and you could pick out the Vixen one right away. It's just something
absolutely.
about how they do it. I'm sure obviously you've already worked with them multiple times, but I won't ask you anything you're not supposed to talk about. Okay, so let's pivot over to OnlyFans, the wild, wild place that we call, and I guess OnlyFans, Fansly, like wherever you are online. We'll
Yeah,
just talk about it under one umbrella. What, what what are the things if someone goes over to one of your sites? What's like, what can they expect? Like, is it mainly just a ton of boy girl? Is it girl girl boy? Is it just tons of anal squirting? Like, what's going on?
I kind of do everything.
Okay.
I was trying to get my eggs in every single basket there is. So at this point, my catalog is huge, and I'm actually in the middle of revamping it,
Mm.
um, because and I can be honest about this. Like, I do have assistants going into my vault to like sort through the content and, like help me with my huge catalog. And it's gotten to the point where like everything's become really disorganized. So I have everything from boy girl to solo. I do a monthly free solo or quick boy girl video for people with rebuild on. I
Nice.
have monthly games and campaigns. I have tons of girl girl. I have tons of boy girl girl, boy boy girl group scenes. I have a couple of
Okay.
DP scenes. Um, pretty much like almost anything you can think of. I have BBC scenes on my own. Yeah, I'm just missing like a gangbang, which is on my to-do list. But that one's a little roster of guys and they all have
Yeah.
to be free at the same time. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I mean, you're answering all these questions before I answer them, which I love, right? But it gives me even more stuff to dial in. First of all, I do want to ask, because you already mentioned a little bit, but when you're looking for a camera person and you're new, right? Let's say like if you can go back to when you're new in your brain, like where are you going to hire an OnlyFans cameraman that you can trust?
Okay, well, to be honest, the person that I had sex with, the only person I had sex with before I joined the industry,
Yeah.
is still my cameraman slash main stunt dick now.
Okay.
So he's just been with me this entire time. My
Okay.
fans know about him. It's like our relationship is very much non-traditional, obviously. And we both work with a lot of other people and he works with other girls as well, like to film, to help with
Mm-hmm.
whatever. But
Yeah.
we're each other's like main working partner. So I was very
Love that.
lucky in that sense. And he's not a professional really, but honestly on OnlyFans, I found that my fans prefer that. Like, because if they want like 4K like vixen type footage, they can go watch those scenes, right? But when
Yeah.
they come
Yeah.
to OF, they're expecting a little bit of a homemade feel, a little bit more of like we're just hooking up. So it actually works out.
Yeah, no, that do you guys like I mean, and you only answer what you want, obviously it's personal shit, but
Of
do you guys
course.
do you guys live together? Do you guys
We don't live together, but he's pretty much here every single day. So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and he spent nights before and everything. So, and
Sure.
I also don't actually like to have too many sexual partners in my personal life
Hmm.
because I feel like I'm filming so much that like in my personal life I'm just good to kind of chill for the most part. Like every now and
Yeah.
then there will be like an exception,
Yeah.
but for the most part we just have sex with each other off camera and no one else. So it's kind of like intimate in that sense, but also like it works for us. Like we don't really have any labels and we were able to do what we like. And yeah, I've known him for 12 years at this point because we met in school. So it's like we're very comfortable with each other as well.
Yeah, well, I asked that and I almost didn't because it's personal, but I and that's why I said only answer what you like, but I asked that because I do want to bring forward this idea that relationships, especially around sex, and can be non-traditional and still work in whatever way
Absolutely.
without labels. And I think that we really get into the mud, and some of these trolls in the comments just like like they can't comprehend this thing
Yeah.
where I mean all about it, right?
Oh, yeah.
To the point where they're like threatening to kill me and shit all the time, and I'm like, yo, bro, you need to
Dude,
chill. Um,
it's not that deep.
no, yeah, for real. And so, you really want to be known for killing a podcaster? Like,
God.
what the fuck? Um, but I do like, I love that you said that, and I love that you answered this set of questions because I think it is important that people do
Yeah.
realize that relationships can look like whatever you want them to. So if you want to add anything else to it, feel free.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to say it's also just so bizarre to me that like we get a lot of confusion, like you said, right? Or like people being like, okay, well, like you guys are obviously like boyfriend, girlfriend. So that makes him a cuck. And I'm like, but at the same time, when he films with other girls, no one says that about me. It's so bizarre to me that like this whole like gender thing, it's like if we're in any sort of a relationship, then I'm almost like a possession where if I hook up with anyone else, it's like the guy's possession is getting used by someone else, but the reverse is never true. It's just a weird mental situation that a lot of fans and a lot of just like civilians, I guess, have towards people in the industry.
Yeah,
it's just very strange.
It's just straight up misogyny, and unfortunately, when we built society, we built misogyny right on in there, and but I do think that we are at a point in history where a lot of things that were done, whether it's swinging or like fucking gangbangs or sex parties or whatever, I do think that section is peeling off and being more loud and proud about it. You can go to Google and type in like swingers cruise and 45,000 results will come up, or like, I tell people all the time, cause I get, it's actually not my most asked question. It's my second most asked question is like, how do I go to a sex party? Cause obviously it's the name of the show. And I'm like, go to Google and type in whatever city you're interested in, sex party, and stuff will come up. That's it.
Or FetLife. You can literally go to FetLife and sign up, and there will be so many options.
Many options.
Not all of them recommended, but there's options.
You actually read my fucking mind just there. I was like, you might not want to go to all of them, but yeah. Okay, well, thanks for going down that rabbit hole with me, because I think that's really, really important that,
of course.
People need to, like, if you're out there listening, if you're watching on YouTube, if we're still on YouTube, there's a spot for you, man. Like, you don't have to listen to all this other shit, like, do what you want to do and be proud about it. Have anal your ass. Come on.
Everyone should. I think everyone should.
Yeah. Enough with this fucking shame bullshit. So you said DP. This is another big topic of conversation on the show. How did you, so was it just your curiosity that was like, okay, now, so tell me about doing DP.
I mean, I've just been going down the rabbit hole of like exploring new sexual fantasies. That's like common in like the porn industry, but I haven't experienced yet. And I also just have a guy that I'm very comfortable with, like other than my longtime film partner. And this originated because my longtime I'm comfortable with both of you and you're happy with each other. Would you guys want to do a DP? And so that's how it came to be. And honestly, the first one was kind of rough. I'm not gonna lie. It was a little bit rough because I don't think I was as comfortable with anal at that point. A lot. It wasn't a bad experience. It was just not quite enjoyable as my second one. And my second one that I actually haven't released yet, that was fantastic. I had such a good time.
Yes. Well, I mean, physically it's tough to nail, even for professionals, right? Like, and even for people who are experienced with most things, it is difficult to pull off. Like you said, the guys have to be comfortable. So you get over it. So there's that. But for you, right? Because like you're the I would imagine everyone's first DP. What's crazy is how many people tried DP and were like, no, because of whatever, can go wrong, will go wrong, chaos theory, and then they never went back. So then they miss out on all that pleasure. You know what I mean? Yeah,
absolutely.
That's crazy. Yeah,
try anything twice, right?
Yeah, you gotta try it twice. Yeah. Exactly. Even a third time, maybe, and then you'll really know. But it also, it's dependent on the partners that you're choosing, and you sound like you chose very smartly. Which again tracks for what we know about you in this episode. So, and I guess that scene's not the second DP is not out there yet, but did you have an orgasm in the DP?
Yes, it was a
Okay.
lot of fun.
How does that feel different than just a normal orgasm?
For me, it was actually less intense. I think partly because I was not sure what was happening, trying to feel it more, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. Sure, compared to like a full one, which is why I'm gonna try it a third time because I bet
Yeah.
I can come like crazy now that I know what's going on.
Yeah. 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 Well, I'm sure as you do it, you're just gonna get just the same with the anal. You're gonna be like coming all over the fucking place because
I hope
you're gonna
so.
get more and more comfortable. Yeah. So when they come in that scene, where did they both come on your face? Did they come inside you?
I think we did a double facial.
Okay.
I think we did a
Yeah.
double facial for both because it just like lends itself to be easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. Good for you.
Thanks.
You said that you were doing group stuff, but not a gangbang yet. So group stuff,
Yes.
is it just tons of men and women like all over the place together in an orgy type setting, or what's going on?
I've done a lot of sex together. I've also done kind of like a reverse gang girl action. But my favorite one that I've done is bi. Dick. So many possibilities. Bi guys are my absolute favorite just because there's just like so many insane, fun, sexy possibilities that you don't even think about.
Yeah, and it does change, and most people don't, they don't even like the most advanced performers when they do an MMF,
Mhm.
they don't realize like the different combinations of what that feels like or what that could look like or
Yes.
whatever. And I've talked to a lot of Chloe Creams is another performer who's been on the show she
Yes.
signed up for an MMF, which that's how you figure it out. But she didn't realize that.
Oh.
She didn't realize that. She thought it was a MFM, but and so right in the middle, this guy like starts sucking other guy's dick. Yeah, it's super turned on, right? So
Dude.
yeah.
Actually, yeah, my bi group experience was actually with her partner.
Oh, okay. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Chloe's
yeah.
great. Chloe's great. She's amazing.
Yes.
She's amazing.
She's awesome. She
Mm-hmm.
filmed it.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah.
If I clip this for the social media shit, I'll tag her for sure. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, and then have you done like blow bangs or anything like that? I
Not
don't.
yet.
Oh, okay.
I
So she
will
wa
though, I'm sure. Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure that you I'm sure that you will too. Um I do want to mention you're also nominated for an XMA for Rising Social Media Star,
Oh
which
yeah.
that tracks hard. Your social media is great. I encourage everyone to go like take a look at your Instagram and
Thank you.
so that's in Miami coming up here like in a few days, which I will be there, and
So
I'll have
cool.
to do by the pool. We'll get a little man on the street interview with you or whatever, and then hopefully I'll get you on the red carpet too because I'm working the red carpet.
I'm not
No. Okay. I
going.
retract all that. I retract all that.
I have a
Okay.
shoot. They signed me up for a shoot. So I'm not going.
Oh
Wayne
God.
Stiegler.
So of course you're gonna win because you're
Oh my
not going.
god. Oh my god. Yeah. I
Oh
wish I
shit.
was. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. It's a good event. It's a good event.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hot as fuck in Miami though, but like it's good.
I mean, I live in
Yeah.
Texas, so I
Oh
get it.
shit. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All my exes live in Texas. Just kidding.
Oh.
That's song lyrics. I don't know. My pop culture brain mixed with Red Bull is just misfiring all over the place. At the top of the notes in your bio, and I'm gonna ask you one more question after this, and then we'll wrap this fucker. But Penthouse Pet, congratulations! Sex party round of applause for that, right? Like,
Thank you.
I mean, even though, look, Playboy, Hustler, Penthouse, these are names that will forever be enshrined as like the goats of, bringing sex work to, and like general horniness to the mainstream. I can't tell you how many times I like took a fucking Penthouse or a Playboy like out of a plastic bag in a bookstore and was like leafing through it as fast as I could, whatever. So what does it feel like to be a Penthouse pet?
It's again, it's a very weird feeling because they reached out to me on Instagram and I was like, wow, you
My
want me to model
God.
for you guys? Like, wow. Because at that point when they reached out, I hadn't even started mainstream yet.
Yeah.
So it was like, I was very nervous for that one. I was probably more nervous for that one compared to some of the scenes that I've shot, just because it was like, I feel like it was my introduction to the whole industry. Like the pro side of it, I suppose. But it was really fun to shoot. And yeah, it feels really great kind of like being in like a close community of girls.
Yeah, legendary. That's legendary shit.
Yeah.
So they reach out to you on Instagram like, "Hey, we'd love to have you as a Penthouse pet," or did you not know it was that yet?
I didn't really know it was that, but because they scheduled a call after that, they do like a little interview.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I was super stoked.
And then they fly you somewhere and shoot you, or do they have
Yeah,
someone come to you?
exactly. No, I was flown out here from Texas.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
insane, dude. Congratulations. That's fucking
thank
awesome.
you. It
Yeah,
was really
that's
cool.
insane. So cool, man. And I hope that, because I know like, Playboy has struggled to kind of figure out like what they do in this sort of uh landscape, right? With social media and whatever. Penthouse and Hustler seem more confident in what they're doing, like
Mhm.
whatever. But I hope all three brands continue to figure it out and learn and adjust and stay around forever, because I don't think that I want to live in a world without Playboy, Penthouse, or Hustler. Just,
No, definitely not. I really
the
do hope they figure it out too.
yeah, the best. Final question, and it's a wild one, but I do want to preface this with the fact that I do not kink shame on this show. I am an absolute
Okay,
weirdo. You're an absolute weirdo. We love weird. Everyone loves
of
weird.
course.
Weird can mean many different things, and I think the weirder the better. Obviously, legal and consensual people. Let's just put that in there. But that being said, what is the most, or what are the most bizarre or stranger, more particular requests that you get on, and I'm slowing down talking so you can think, on OnlyFans and Fansly and these sorts of places? Like, what comes to mind?
Yeah. Okay, well, the pee,
Yeah,
I'm cool with pee. I like getting peed on.
like they want,
And
they
then
want you to get,
cool with
yeah,
both. Not that big of a deal. And then you
sure.
get still pretty common, I feel like, but like the vor or like giantess fetish people where they just want to feel very tiny and get stepped on, eat them.
Is vor where you eat them?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Which
Yeah,
is like honestly still all right. I think one of the more strange ones, again, not kink shaming. I honestly love doing customs for this guy, but he wanted to, he bought me a pregnancy belly and I was like, okay, this is cool. Like, you want to breed me, like you want to get me pregnant, you want me to have your babies. No. Caress myself and like act happy being pregnant. And it was like 3 or 4 videos in before I realized he was imagining that he was the fetus. And so the customs were like getting stranger and stranger in like what I'm saying and like what I'm doing. Once he got from me, he wanted.
oh my God. Wow. So complex. And see, this is like, I ask obviously because it's clickbaity and funny and horny
Yeah,
and fun and all the things. But I also secretly am asking because I think this shines a light on the complexity of human sexuality. And I
yeah,
love that if that's out there, what else is out there, right?
for
But
sure.
also, what are we missing? Because there's so much to learn about what gets us going. And we all have that area where like, I'm not going there. I will not let myself go there. What's behind
Yeah.
those doors? I'm so curious about that kind of stuff. So I love stuff like that. I think that's brilliant, right? It's crazy. It's just like crazy in the best possible way. And then you get to the multi-million-dollar question, which is, and I'll ask you, what do you think? Because you've had to have thought about it. What do you think in his life made him have this fetish?
Definitely something maternal. Like I think definitely something to do with his mom, and maybe something traumatic, or maybe something, probably something traumatic. I'd say, but I do wonder that a lot. And honestly, he was a cool guy, and the customs were very easy there. But yeah, yeah, probably something maternal.
Lucy Mochi, thank you so much for being with me on Sex Party. That's where we're gonna end it. Amazing time with you. Let's tell these horny, wild, wonderful party goers in the audience not only where they can find you on social media, so like your Instagram, your Twitter, right? But more importantly, where they can find you online and just dump out like boxes, briefcases, bags of cash all over you.
Okay, well, I'm Lucy Mochi everywhere. So my OF is Lucy Mochi. If you look up Lucy Mochi on Instagram, you'll find me. Same with Twitter. Yeah, just Google me and you'll get what you want.
You'll get what you want. She said it. You heard it. Go Google her. But thank you so much. Seriously, I can't wait to have you back. We'll have you back in a few months and we'll do a check-in. I'm sure you'll have like some wild shit. But I mean it. You're gonna be a big fucking star. I said it. I mean it. And I just think it's gonna be awesome to watch you ascend. Don't forget, when you turn into a famous fucker, you have to come back and do this show again. So
Of course, I'll owe you a shot.
yes. And I will return in kind and I will buy you a shot just to have another
Perfect.
shot, because that's what we do around here. But thank you so much for being here with me this week.
Thank you. I had a lot of fun as well.
Me too. Yeah. Awesome. Talk soon. Huge thank you to my guest, Lucy Mochi, for being with me on the show this week. Make sure you check out everything she is up to. Take some cash. Head over to Fansly. Head over to OnlyFans. Spend some money. Have an amazing time. That's what this shit is all about, right? If you're loving guests like Lucy, she will be back in the future. But let's just say you're loving all of the guests and you're still on board with all my weird, kooky, loony bullshit as a host. How can you show that love for the podcast and also make sure that you never miss a new episode every single Wednesday? Well, if you're listening to this on Apple or Spotify, you could leave a rating. You could leave a review. I would love those things. They would mean a ton to me. But more important than that, let's just make sure that you're subscribed to the show. That way you never miss a new episode every single fucking Wednesday, especially if you are subscribed or you think you're subscribed on Apple Podcasts. They've been pausing subscriptions and we don't know why. We have no idea why they would do such a thing. So let's check on your subscription. Go to Apple Podcasts, go to Sex Party with Dustin Rybka in the upper right-hand corner. If you see a pause button, unfortunately, your subscription to this show has been paused. Don't worry. I'm going to tell you what to do. Tap the pause button, toggle on down to resume subscription, resume download. Boom, you are resubscribed. If you're watching on YouTube, I love you. I see you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for over 5,000 subscribers and growing on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, have you seen any of Lucy's anal work? On her OnlyFans, on Pornhub, wherever? Let me know in the comments. Let's chat about it. If you are watching on YouTube and you want to show some emotion towards the show, love, hate, desire, rage, confusion, bewilderment, sadness, anything at all, and you also want to make sure that you never miss a new episode of the show, what can you do? You could like this video. You could dislike this video. You could do that to all the videos. You could leave a comment, nasty as fuck, nice as fuck. Either way, you could leave that here on this video. Leave them on all of the videos. I will get to every single one of you. I promise. Doesn't matter if you're nasty and mean. Doesn't matter if you're nice. I will get back to all of you. We'll have a conversation. But the most important thing you can do no matter how you feel about the show, is make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you never miss a new episode every single Wednesday. As always, I'm available in the DMs on Instagram. And I will see you all right back here next week.
Thanks for listening. The party continues next week. Click subscribe and let's make this a regular thing. Follow the show on Instagram and Twitter at SexPartyFM. Follow Dustin at Dustin Rybka.